Okay, listen.
Why am I weird for saying that you're an impolite dickhead who lives in
You
LA?
you
Everyone
act
knows
like
that's
I'm gonna
true.
live in LA for the rest of my life, bro. You act like I'm gonna be here for the rest of my fucking life.
You know what? Let me tell you something. If you were to offer me $100 million to move to that cesspit, I would say no. I would not move to LA for $100 million
Cat.
because I would be
Chat.
surrounded by degeneracy.
Chat, who's moving
I'd
to
be
LA for
surrounded
100
by
mil?
godlessness. I'd be surrounded by disgusting, just the attitudes of people. Nobody there has any soul left. It just would make me feel dirty and sad. I would never, ever move there. I won't even go. I won't even go. I've been invited to this fucking
Bro, 10 days and
cons and
Donovan
these
going
fucking
crazy and
stupid
Sosa.
things and these podcasts. No, I
Holy fuck.
refuse.
W's in the chat, bro. But why?
I just told you why.
I set a new record. We're at level 10. We're at a level 10. We're at a level. We're at a, we're at a level 10 hype train.
Yeah, that's because of me.
It is?
I did it. You didn't set any records. I set the record. We've already done the Google search thing, bro. We know you're a nerd.
You're still my biggest Twitch stream ever.
Of course I am. I set all the records, of course. Normal.
Really?
I'm the biggest. Yeah, of course it's normal. Yeah, of course.
Bro, this Don guy's going crazy. I'm about a VIP Don and Sosa. They're actually going crazy. Don, thank you so much, and Sosa. You guys are really amazing and beautiful people. I love both of you. And 104 days. Thank you guys. All right, let me talk to Andrew now because I know you're not here forever. Your time is valuable and shit. Let me talk to you real shit. Okay, Andrew. What have you been doing, bro, since the ban? Like real shit. I'm not trying to go back and forth, but like, what have you been doing? You've just been living life normally. Like, I see you, Kate, from time to time, but like, I'm curious. What are you doing with the band? Like, what have you been doing? And lastly, when are you coming back to social media?
Yeah, it's interesting. You said what I've been doing. I've been doing the same things I've always done. I've been speaking to the people who understand how the world works, and I've been organizing a lot of my life outside of the internet. And the internet is not my primary incomes or my primary life. I do a
Chat,
lot
what
of
other
things
question you want me to
in
ask him,
the real
chat?
world.
Mm-hmm.
They attacked. The attack against me was extremely thorough. It was premeditated by extremely powerful people. The scary thing about it is that you get 3 chances when you attack the Matrix. The first one is they try and shut you up. If that fails, they try and put you in jail for no reason. And if that fails, they kill you. So now that I've used one of my chances up, it has left me a little bit more cautious with where I go and how I live my life. But in general, I've got my hundreds of millions of dollars and I've got my brother and my friends, and I've always been a very happy, content person. And I'm going to have 20 sons. I'm going to have a big army of Tate boys, which are going to conquer Earth into the future so that when, hopefully, God willing, inshallah, your son will be on a Twitch stream getting bullied by my son. It'll be beautiful. It'll be like the circle of life. Because let's be honest, your son won't be able to say shit to my son because he'll fuck him up. So I'm going to have 20 boys, and you might have 1 or 2. Because you're like the kind of guy who, even though he has all this money, he could do anything. He doesn't even think, you know what? Why don't I just have loads of children and build like a clan, a family under the name, and we can all be warriors? None of this crosses your mind, right? You're busy because you're doing parties with porn stars. But I think about important things. So the Tate clan is next. Tate Mafia is next. It's going to be 20 boys, all going to be professional fighters, 20 UFC fighters called Tate. And we're going to conquer Earth. So I'm focusing on that. So obviously I've been spending time with beautiful females, extremely gorgeous women who are not porn stars, and living in my mansions, various mansions around the planet. And just, going to church or the mosque, whatever it happens to be, and being a good person, Adin. I mean,
Okay.
I know, like, to internet guys, they're always like, what do you do when you get canceled? Because your lives are on the internet, right? But I'm not an internet guy. I'm a guy with such a cool life that I've become big on the internet for being the top G. I didn't become the top G by making streams on the internet. I was the top G in real life, and then everyone found out about it. So it doesn't matter if I get canceled because I'm still top G. I still number one. I still can't go anywhere without getting recognized. I still get crowds following me everywhere. I'm top G, and I didn't become top G by streaming. Like, I became top G in the real world. So it didn't change anything.
Are
In
you?
fact,
Go ahead.
sorry, I will continue. In fact, the only reason I still continue with any of my online ventures at all is because I'm a philanthropist and a very nice man.
I understand. Um,
I saved a lot of people's lives, Aiden. There are so many young men who were genuinely depressed and sad who I helped. So many people I helped make money. So many people I actually did good things for that I would feel a bit guilty if I totally gave it up and disappeared. Anybody who took my advice seriously, anybody who came to me in genuine sadness and listened to me and joined one of my programs or the War Room or signed up to my free email list. It's not about money. There's an email list on CobraTate.com that's totally free. Anyone can sign up. It's free. And I give life advice every single day. Anybody who ever did any of those things lived a better life. I'm a force for good in the world, and I'm a philanthropist, and I want young men to understand that as hard as it is to train hard and become important and work hard and become rich, it's harder to live your entire life as a nobody. And that's what I try and tell people. I'm a good person, Adin, with a big heart. That's why only reason I'm even here. Because I don't need any of this shit, Adin. I don't need this shit. I don't need subs and likes and views. I don't give a fuck about any of it. My life is perfectly fine with my jet and my 30 cars, my 25 women, and all my sons. I don't need any of this crap. The reason I do it is because there's a young man out there who wants to be important, who doesn't quite understand how. And I say, I'll tell you how. You can go to corporatate.com and sign up for the email list for free. You know what's amazing to me, Adin? I'm top G. I am the guy recognized as the #1 most capable person on the planet, the most competent individual, top G. And I will say that I will give you completely free advice in your life if you go to corporatate.com and sign up to a free email list.
Fine, fair. Okay, fair.
It's free.
Fair.
It's free.
Fair. Can I ask you a question? All right, did you convert to Muslim?
It's Islam.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I didn't know. They were asking, did you convert to Muslim? That's what I reinstated. Did you convert to Islam?
Oh. I don't want to make any political points about how Jews are disrespectful to Muslims as a whole, so I'll let that one slide. Yes, I did convert to Islam.
Wait, can I make something very clear, sir? I'm really sorry that if in any way Jews are disrespectful to Muslims. I love everybody, no matter what you are, who you are, what color skin you are, what religion you practice. I don't care what you do, what your beliefs are. I love people for people. I don't look at skin. I don't look at any of that shit. So please don't.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Me too. Good. Me too. So it's good to hear that.
So okay, you converted to Islam. How's that? How's that going for you?
It's a beautiful religion, and it's the only way to truly find God, because I believe God is a strong, fearsome force. And I think that not enough religions respect him in that regard or understand him in that way. And especially in the West, many religions are watered down to the point of basically insignificance. Nobody takes them seriously or adheres to their commandments or parameters, whereas Islam is very different. And I think that's how God should be worshipped, with red lines. I think that there should be lines of things you're allowed to do and not allowed to do, and they should not be crossed. It's very interesting, the world we live in now. We preach tolerance, but really what we're only preaching tolerance for is absolute degeneracy. They'll say, you need to be tolerant. Tolerance is a good thing, agreed. But there has to be a red line where being tolerant is simply detrimental to your heart, your spirit, and society. You can't sit and be tolerant of everything to the point where absolute degeneracy is purported and advertised and accelerated, where they're going to sit and say pedophilia is okay now as a sexual orientation. I don't think that's okay or fair, and I'm not going to be tolerant of certain things. I think that is tolerance is weaponized to destroy the spirituality and the morality of humans. You're no longer allowed to have moral red lines, because that makes you intolerant in the eyes of the Matrix, and it is a lie. And this is how they've got society to this point. Adin, I don't know if you understand that the Western world that you live in is failing. It is failing as a society. It's failing as an experiment. Every single thing about it is getting worse. Every metric that can be measured is getting worse in real time. It's getting more dangerous. People are less happy. People are having less families. Every single thing about the Western world is done. It is not the future. The future of the world is in other places, because the Western world is an experience. The experiment has failed because of this idea of tolerance. And if you look at the people who are most famous, look at some of the Twitch streamers out in LA. The most famous people are not people of good moral standing. They're not people of strong convictions. They're not masculine men prepared to fight and to fight and defend a society. They're absolutely and utterly degenerate idiots. And America as a whole is pretty much finished and done now. In the next 50 years, it's going to be completely unlivable. Every single city is going to be on fire. And I don't know why nobody else pretends that they can't see this. It's just on its way out, and it's on its way out because people have forgotten God. That's what's happened.